The Imitation Game is a film that I have a very unusual relationship with. I absolutely love it. And I was in Manchester and saw a statue of Alan Turing, and I hadn't really heard that much about him. And then when I got home, The Imitation Game was waiting for me from Love Film, where they just send you random DVDs from your extensive wish list. So I felt like it was meant to be that I was to watch this film. And while I don't think it's improved my life spiritually, it's certainly improved my knowledge surrounding the Enigma and Alan Turing as a person. So there won't be spoilers in this, but because it's a historical film, you may well already know what's going to happen. I also can't vouch for the historical accuracy, but if you can, if this is your area of special interest, please do let me know how it compares to what actually happened. I would find that really interesting. So this film was directed by Morton Tyldum and written by Graham Moore based on the book by Andrew Hodges, and I haven't read the book, but I feel like I should. And it's quite a long film, it's about 2 hours, but it never really felt like it dragged. And it's got an 8 out of 10 score on IMDb, which is absolutely impeccable. Most average films will have about a 6. A really good film will have a 7. 8 is phenomenal. So the description from IMDb is as follows. During World War II, the English mathematical genius Alan Turing tries to crack the German Enigma code with help from fellow mathematicians. Obviously, it's very intense. We know quite a lot about the Enigma code now, with how the Germans would constantly change it and the words would always be in different orders, and as soon as they cracked one part of it, the code would be changed again. So it needed a really quick mind and somebody who was able to think on their feet and also problem solve exceptionally well. And needless to say, Alan Turing's journey with this is remarkable. His brain is incredible, and I don't know how he did it. I mean, you can watch the film and find out kind of how he did it. But from a mental perspective, it's mind-boggling and absolutely incredible. Benedict Cumberbatch plays Turing, and for me, I really enjoy the portrayal. If you know a lot about Turing, you may agree or disagree. I'd be really interested to know your views on that. But for me, I liked it. I enjoyed his performance. Keira Knightley's in it as well. She's very good. It's got a pretty good cast. Charles Dance, quite a few other people. But what I really liked about this is the vibe, if that's the right word. I just loved the way it felt. It really felt immersed in the war. And because it's a war film, but it's behind the scenes war film, because we're not on the home front, we're not on enemy lines, we are at Bletchley, trying to solve the Enigma code. It's kind of what people behind the scenes did to help save Britain and to get the Allies to win. Which is, it's not unique, there are other films that do that, but obviously most of the time when we have war films, it's either about your average family and how they're affected, or the life of the soldiers. So to have one to look at the Enigma was really quite exciting, and something that I would like to see again. I haven't seen this film more than once. I've seen clips of it several times, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. The directing is great. We have some lovely camera angles, great close-ups. It looks at Turing's personal life as well and how that's affected. I won't go into any details just in case you don't know anything about Turing as a person, because it's not just about the Enigma code, it is also about Turing as a person and his life and how he was affected by things. And it's very emotional. It gets very emotional at one point. It will make your heart race. It's such a beautiful film. If you haven't seen it, you definitely must. I don't really give star ratings, but if I did, this would be a 4.5 out of 5. And it's one of my favourite war films, if we can call it a war film. And as far as biopics go and biography-based films, it's beautiful. I love it. If you know nothing about Alan Turing, this is the perfect place to start.